And I'm just asking, like, Disney adults how much they paid for their Disney vacation.
About $35,000.
$35,000, wow.
I'm in credit card debt, but I still have my Disney pass, me in a Mickey shirt right now.
Here's what a day at Disney cost me for a family of 5.
Okay, so today we're finally making an entire dedicated video towards this topic. We've touched on this many times throughout my channel, but today we're going to be talking about how expensive Disney is and how people are going into debt because of it. We're going to be going over a ton of stuff today. Of course, the crazy amount that people spend, the justification with spending money they don't have going into debt, the kinds of ways that Disney nickel and dime you, the comparison of prices 10 to 15 years ago, and even the cost of going to Disney in other parts of the world. We also have some comments from you guys from previous videos, so if you want to be featured on a future video, leave in the comments down below. But I found an incredible amount of clips to show you guys, so let's just jump right into it.
People are apparently going into debt to go on a Disney vacation. According to the Wall Street Journal, a typical 4-day family trip to Disney World cost you $4,266, up $3,000 from 5 years ago. In 2024, there was a survey done of 2,000 people where 45% of the people that went on Disney vacation went in debt to do it. You think Disney's revenue must be going up, right? Wrong. People inside the Walt Disney Company have admitted the experience has become more unaffordable to go to Disney World, with executives also concerned about the lack of revenue coming from the park. You see, the biggest thing we lost was Fast Pass no longer being free. People got to pay for Lightning Lane. There's so many different Lightning Lanes, Genie Plus, whatever, now that the most expensive one is over $400. Even the little things too, like losing Magical Express that used to be a free trip and now costs you money to get to and from the airport. People spending money on this, people have spent less money at like table service restaurants and stuff like that. So Disney has now put out kind of a statement here saying that they offer all these deals to people because they know how much a Disney vacation means to people. And saying they haven't raised the ticket price in Disneyland since 2019. Not the same for Disney World, because in 2019 a one-day ticket was $109 to $125.
Well, we're going to see the prices of a one-day ticket to one of the Disney parks a little bit later. I don't know what kind of deals they're talking about, possibly in the off-season, but everything really seems to only be getting worse and more expensive simultaneously, adding up all the prices of the extra fast passes, along with them taking things away like the bus shuttle, but I guess it doesn't matter, people are still going. We have a comment from one of you guys here. I had a buddy who took his family to Disney, and before they left, he bought a $74,000 luxury camper and an F-350 diesel. So he had about $150,000 worth of debt to take his family to Disney World. Ultimately, he had the truck and camper repossessed, and he continues to get himself in these situations. But let's go over and take a look at an experience of a family going over to Disney one single day and how much money they spend.
Here's what a day at Disney cost me for a family of 5. Before we even got into the park, it cost me $30 just for parking. And even being a Florida resident, tickets for a family of 5 with one child under 10 was still $974. Paying for the Lightning Lane was $35 per person and only would have given us speed access to 3 rides, so we opted out of that. Right after our first ride, we bought 2 waters and 3 ice creams. This totaled $29.50. After the second ride, they wanted a pretzel and I wanted a beer. This was another $19. After that, it was time for lunch, so we went to the Brown Derby where we could sit down for a little bit and order a decent meal. They didn't like the options and the prices were outrageous, so we left and went somewhere else. We each ended up with a small pizza, each had a side and a small drink, totaling $44.35. And just as I thought the day was finally over, the rest of the family decided they want to go to dinner at downtown Disney Springs. This place was my literal hell. It was shoulder to shoulder in every store and restaurant. $30 for carnitas, $19 margarita, $8 corn, $30 carne asada, and then each of the kids with drinks and food were an additional $30 to $40 each, totaling $245.27 for dinner. The grand total for our day was $1,391.91.
So this was after saying no to a lot of the other extra expenses. The fast pass wasn't worth it. The first sit-down place was very expensive. They went and looked at a lot of the merchandise and decided not to buy that either. We'll see why that's the case in a second, but we'll take a look at some of the comments. It doesn't even include gas to get there or a plane ticket or the hotel room. Still $1,400. I was there not too long ago. 7 tickets equal $2,050 Canadian. I won't be back. $260 per person for one day is cheap. What world are you in? People honestly going into debt for this? 1 week in Punta Cana or one day in Disney? I had to stop at $974. Ridiculous, no idea why anybody would go there. Honestly, I don't know either. It just seems way too much money to me.
I'll buy this if it's under $40.
Okay, what is it?
$45.99.
Boo.
I'll buy this if it's under $70. $90? $90 for this? No.
I'll buy this if it's under $45. It costs $65. Whoa.
I'll buy this if it's under $45.
$75.
This is crazy.
I'll buy these golf balls if they're under $10. $13. Titleist don't cost $13 for 3 balls. I'm gonna buy this poo if it's under $35. Oh hell, $45. So no.
I will buy this backpack if it is under $75.
$75.
It's $100. I think I will put the backpack back on the shelf.
There are an incredible amount of videos showing you the ridiculous prices for every single piece of merch that you could think of. I mean, it honestly puts concert merch to shame, the amount that some of these things cost. And again, just to get into the door, you've already paid hundreds of dollars. So this entire experience is going to be brutal for your wallet. But we could go over to one of the craziest clips that I've heard about when it comes to how much they paid to go to Disney. I don't even know how you could rack up a bill this high, but we just got to run the clip.
Are you on vacation here?
Yes.
I got a YouTube and a TikTok, and I'm just asking like Disney adults how much they paid for their Disney vacation.
Oh no. Am I going to be like on camera, or you're just like taking data?
It's up to you.
No, I don't want my face on there.
Okay.
About $35,000.
$35,000. Wow. I hope well, never mind. This camera tracks people, so they're walking by. It starts tracking.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want my face on.
Yeah,
there.
that's fine. I won't put it on there. I promise.
Yes.
35,000. Where are you staying at? If you don't mind me asking.
We're staying at the Disney Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Oh, okay. How many days is that?
We got here on Friday.
Friday.
So, we're here till next weekend. So,
Okay.
about a week and a half.
Okay, thank you.
So you're talking 35 grand for 10 days. I'm really not surprised why she didn't want to be on camera after admitting that. We'll just go right over to the comments. 35K and staying in the Animal Kingdom Lodge? I don't know about that. For 35,000, I could be in Italy for 3 months. That's really weird. Was it for 13 people? I honestly hope it was. It would justify it a little bit more. My sister paid for everyone at her wedding to go to Disney, Epcot, Animal Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios for 4 days, 26 people, and it was $19,000. So how many people did she pay for? The creator responds, she didn't say, she was kind of standoffish, but it's okay. I guess the question isn't for everyone. I mean, if she was standoffish, why would she admit that to him in the first place? I think I wouldn't want to show my face either admitting to spending 35 grand on a Disney trip. So I do want to say before we look at more clips, if you actually make this kind of money to be able to afford to go to Disney, then that's fine, that's your choice. But as we already saw from the statistics, almost half of people are going into debt. There is no such thing as delayed gratification in today's world, I guess. No more setting aside money every month until you could pay for the trip. Just take out a loan or put everything on credit cards with a 20 or 30% interest rate. What could go wrong?
The reason why I'm spending money on it is because I feel like I lost out on my childhood just not being able to have things like this, you know?
Yeah,
like,
I think 8 years at Disney should kind of make up for a lot of that. Yeah.
Wait, no, 8 years at Disney?
We've had Disney passes for 8 years.
You can't afford. You can't afford anything. He's about to fucking walk and you're choosing Mickey? Buddy, he completely disagrees.
I love Disney.
Which is fine.
It's part. I mean, it's part of my childhood. Like,
congratulations,
I always
turn on the Disney Channel. You always wanted to go. You've been going for 8 years.
So I did.
You've been going for 8 years. You've always wanted to go. You've been going for 8 years. You can pause.
Because they have new things that happen all the time at Epcot. Like,
God, I've said the same goddamn thing.
You're standing up and you're talking about this too.
Yeah, I know Evan.
What's your pushback on the Disney?
So he's been saying the same thing, but still letting it go on and racking up a crazy bill. And of course, if they're on this show, that means they're not in a good financial position in the first place. But it was a part of her childhood. I absolutely have to go. And the justification being that once in a while they update the park so there's new attractions. We have another comment from one of you guys. I've only personally known one Disney fanatic, and I can confirm managing finances wasn't their strongest aspect. Now I know Disney adults is a huge topic topic of discussion online. It definitely does start crossing a line sometimes in my opinion, but I do get that people really enjoy some things like Star Wars, or others are really into Legos, have a whole bunch of different sets, and the same goes for Disney as well. I mean, even myself. I've been into Godzilla for my entire life. I don't know if you could see because the background is blurred, but right there we have a Godzilla stand holding a PlayStation controller, and then all the way up here are a couple of figures of Godzilla and Jet Jaguar. I've seen all the movies and I'll go watch all the ones that come out in the future, but there is no way I would go into debt for it in the end.
Almost half the people at Disney are going into debt.
45% of parents with children under the age of 18 have gone into some kind of debt going to Disney World. But you know what the even more shocking part is? Most of them say the biggest budget breaker is food and drinks. You know, Disney's really good at penny pinching if you come unprepared.
That's what I was just thinking, if you're unprepared.
60% of the people that do go into debt for it don't regret it at all.
Hashtag worth it.
They see it as the cost of entry to experience something priceless, if that makes sense.
I'm not judging at all.
Of course not.
Yeah,
right?
I get it. I understand it completely.
I don't know. I don't understand it completely. But we could go over to the top comment. That's a good segue into the next topic. Just use your tax return or pay it off in a year or two. Going into debt is crazy. Well, if you pay it off in a year or two, doesn't that mean you go into debt initially? Maybe he's talking about putting money aside for a few years, but we could go over to the tax return videos. Just a plethora of clips get uploaded during tax season. Tax refund? Oh, you mean Disney money? Let's go. This is what I'll be spending my tax return on. My tax return money, you guys get the gist. But as soon as people get their tax return, that was their money in the first place, because many people treat this like free money from the government, which is not true. This was your money. The government just took too much of it and is now giving it back. But they go and blow all of it just in a few days at the parks. Yep, I think it only makes sense. We call it our yearly Disney bonus. Well, it's not a bonus. It's not free money. It was yours all along. Tax refund equals Disney cruise. Yup, so I'm not the only one, right? LOL, absolutely. Glad I'm not the only one. Me going in March with my taxes. Me waiting for mine to deposit so I could pay off my June trip. I mean, again, it is your money and you could choose to do what you want with it, but this starts to bleed into other clips that I've seen. My friends, how do you afford to go to Disney World all the time? And the audio is the Family Guy clip of Peter Griffin singing that he has $30,000 in credit card debt. So I feel like this could be a slippery slope into making some pretty rough financial choices.
Trips are coming up.
So,
please don't tell me trips are coming up.
Well, I've been trying to plan a Disney cruise.
Oh, for fuck's sake, that's insanely expensive.
I
What is
know.
that? How much is that going to cost?
Well,
how much is that going to cost?
For the weeks that I needed to go. So it had to be specific because he can't get off work. He has shut down on 2 weeks a year. So the price for the week we needed to go was going to be $8,000 for the cruise.
Oh my! That is a month of your income, lady.
Why ruin their childhood because of my bad choices?
I never went on a Disney cruise. My childhood wasn't ruined.
Well, it's actually cheaper than going to Disney World, so I actually thought this was the cheaper option.
I didn't go to Disney World until I basically was graduating high school. It did not ruin my childhood.
And now we'll get into one of the biggest arguments to go into debt, the memories for your children. It'll ruin their childhood, apparently, if you don't go to Disney. Many parents want to bring their kids when they're really young to take pictures with Mickey and Minnie, even though a good portion of the time they'd have virtually no memory of it, so you probably have to bring a camera on top of it and film the entire thing to really keep that memory. But I'm in the same boat as Caleb. I've never gone to Disney before, and I don't resent my parents or think my childhood was ruined because we didn't get to go. And of course I watched a ton of Disney shows and movies when I was a kid, but that kind of justification to me just sounds off the rails. And there's another comment from you guys. My parents took me to Disney when I was a kid and I don't remember anything. So it's really not forever. Talking about how people say that these memories will last forever, they're priceless, but if you're a little kid and you don't remember, there's nothing you could do. Another comment here, glad I got to experience Disney World in the 80s when the tickets were under $20. So we could start taking a look at some of the prices in the past, comparing it today, along with what it's like going to a park on the other side of the world.
Y'all, I am sick to my stomach. I just found this old document. Look how much a Disneyland Deluxe annual pass with parking was in 2010. $368. $24 payments. The fact I had to finance this back in the day. I would gladly just pay this all at once. Oh my God.
So let's just take that deluxe annual pass with parking and compare it to 2025 prices, a one-day ticket at a single park.
The updated ticket prices here at Disney World in Florida, one-day tickets. Magic Kingdom, $184 for ages 10 plus, ages 3 through 9, $179. Epcot, $174, $169. Hollywood Studios, $179, $174. And the best deal is Animal Kingdom at $159, $154.
The absolute best deal you could get for one day is $154. That's without tax as well, and we have another comment here. A one-day ticket price for the US Disney is the one-year pass price for Hong Kong Disney. So of course there are many of these parks all over the world, so we could take a look at what it's like to go to Disney Tokyo.
How much does Tokyo Disney
Seems like everything is much cheaper compared to any of the US prices, unless you're talking about the official Disney hotels, but it really does show how much you're getting ripped off if you do decide to go to the US versions. Some of the comments, $390 seems reasonable. Per night to me still seems like a lot of money. Tokyo Disney Sea is the best park ever, hands down. Still can't go over the price of a day ticket in Tokyo Disney, 60 to 70, but Cali Disney is 100 to 140. I remember when it was 75. I stayed at their Toy Story hotel for about 160 a night, and it was the best hotel experience I've ever had. So it seems like you can find some more reasonable pricing, but let's go back over to the US and see what a $1,000 a night Disney hotel will get you.
This is like shockingly bad. This is like...
At this price point, you would be expecting a room far better than what we have here. That's including the lower tier rooms too, which I think Disney could have done so much better with. At this price point, I would expect our room to look like this rather than this. But I am leaving out the best part of the room, and that's the balcony. Since we're on the highest guest floor of the building, the terrace is much larger than others seen on lower floors. Ours also came with a theme park view, which, as you expect, is facing the Magic Kingdom and really all of Seven Seas Lagoon. There's no denying that it's very cool to walk out onto your private terrace and watch the fireworks over the most visited theme park in the world. Supposedly, you are able to pipe in music from the fireworks show onto your TV to listen along, but we couldn't really get that working. Even if we did though, when we were standing out on our terrace, we'd have to leave the door open to hear the TV. That would let in perhaps all the bugs in Central Florida.
So that view, I guess, is supposed to be worth $1,000 a night? I mean, I guess you do get to see the Magic Kingdom, but wouldn't it be better to actually be there instead of looking out towards it? And sure, looking at the fireworks show can be cool, but you could probably see it from almost anywhere. And especially when we took a look at what it costs to go to Tokyo Disney, it just really doesn't seem worth it to me. $970 and not a morsel of food or drink included, or park tickets. That's the reason why I stopped going. There's no value for the prices they're charging. I can't get over how dated everything looks. All of this is just getting to be too much, but we just have to keep going with the absurd pricing.
You want to know how much Disneyland's ripping you off? $87 at Disneyland's Alien Pizza Planet will get you a whole 16-inch pizza with 4 whole breadsticks, 2 side salads, and 4 beverages. And that's not including tax. Hey, if you've already sold your soul to Disney and are paying $1,800 a year just for the right to be there, then you could get 10% off this meal. Oh yeah, there is no food shortage or apocalypse level on the planet that could get me to agree to a price like that. And with the way they phrase this, they make you feel like you could fill up 4 people's stomachs with this, huh? You can't. Not only is the food there mediocre on a good day, but also it's just not filling. This is obviously just a screen grab from a video that I found on X, so this is not my content, but this does prove the point I'm trying to make. I stopped being a magic key holder at Disneyland months ago, and selfishness like this is exactly why. Don't judge me. I didn't buy a whole pizza. I just bought a $10 single slice.
And I found a clip that's up on screen right now of what that $85 price tag actually gets you. It basically looks like a Chuck E. Cheese pizza, along with a couple of breadsticks and a side salad. Just, I'm sorry, I can't help but laugh. But it really doesn't matter how many examples I show you, there will still be people who line up for this kind of stuff.
Disneyland for under an hour, and I've already spent over $300. So it's not looking good, but I think I'll do a haul and show you all what I got. Okay, let me show you guys what I got. The ring, I got the necklace, and the earrings. It's the big one.
Okay, they're so cute. I was telling Cammie I want to, like, my staff.
I finally got the marquee ring. I've been on the hunt for this for months, and I finally got it. So excited! My wallet is already hurting here, so we won't talk about it. Everything's free here. Money's free, it doesn't exist.
And that's exactly why so many people are in debt. $300 for a necklace, earrings, and a ring that all just say Disney. I mean, to each their own, but if she's already complaining that she just walked into the park, that still cost $200 by the way, and her wallet is hurting after this, probably means she couldn't really afford it. But this next clip I had to put in just for the absurdity of it. I don't know who's going to be walking around deciding, yeah, I'm gonna purchase this.
So how much do you think that this castle behind me costs? I'm going to show you a couple things here and you have to guess how much it costs, and I'll show you. So we are at Disney celebrating my daughter's 6th birthday, and this is rotating in a case. Any guesses? Well, if you guessed $285,000, you would be right. Perhaps though you wanted a smaller version. Well, this one's a lot cheaper at only $49,500. Then you also have this one, which was done apparently by a glass blower. And this one is $100,000. Who the hell has the kind of money to spend that on this type of stuff? Then lastly, just for fun, this is a Yadro sculpture. And it's pretty reasonable considering the size, because it's only $61,580.
What's the point of even having that displayed in some sort of a gift shop? As if anybody's just going to drop $60,000, $100,000, or almost $300,000 on any of these things. But as we've seen on this channel pretty frequently, we can't escape this portion of the video, all the people who decide to commit fraud to go to Disney.
You remember the woman that reported her Disney vacation for $8,000 as fraudulent? Baby, she tried to file another claim. She reported the Disney vacation for 8 people, including the airplane tickets, the reservation stay, and the park passes, all as being fraudulent. As a family of 8, she spent over $5,000 in food, saying every transaction from the park is fraudulent. She insists that she did not book the trip, but the reservation is listed under her name. The confirmation number was sent to her personal email, as well as the discount that she received was from her job that had a travel portal that allowed for her to have an employee discount, and a confirmation was also sent to her employee email. He says, Disney must have got me mistaken with someone else. I was not at the park. There must be another family that they believe that I was with. Disney sent the footage in regards to you signing in with your fingerprint. How can you say that that's not you? As well as every single person that you had attached to this reservation, all scan a fingerprint as well. And they take a picture of you. Disney sent the confirmation of everything she signed up for in the Disney app, showing that her lightning lane passes of rides, the pre-order of food, the mobile check-ins, and your IP address shows that you were in Disney. Maybe this $8,000 must have belonged to somebody else, because for you to file another claim saying that it was fraudulent after they already proven that you were there the first time, and the airline submitted the documentation for you being on the airplane as well, maybe just say you got caught in 4K with your Mickey ears on and just give it up. Me and confuse you and nobody else. DNA don't lie.
This was the second time they tried to commit fraud and get a free trip to Disney. Are you kidding me? They literally have your fingerprint along with the discount from your job. How do you think you would ever be able to get away with this? Some of the comments, they have your fingerprint. I did not authorize that, ma'am. We have video footage. No, that's AI. We've went over clips from this user pretty often, and if you do have a TikTok, I would definitely go check her out. Her name is Shy Fraud TV, and just the stories that come out from her job are absolutely insane. People are trying to get away with fraud every single day. Just Disney alone, she has a number of stories. Disney World fraud, that was $6,000. Disney Park Resident Pass fraud. Disney debit card fraud. Disney fraud story time, and $15,000 Disney cruise fraud. So these are the kinds of lengths that some people will go to just to have this trip. Absolutely insane.
I'm a physical therapist currently enjoying my vacation in Disney World, but we need to talk about vacation debt. So I recently read a survey that said about 25% of every single person that's going to Disney is taking out debt to be here, and then 45% of families with small children are also taking out debt. That is absolutely insane, dude. There is no reason that we should be having to finance our vacations. What we did is we just set aside a certain amount of money every single month, treated it like a bill, just sent the money automatically, and it was gone, out of sight, out of mind. And then after a couple months, we had exactly the amount that we needed to be able to go on this vacation. So being able to budget and go on vacations isn't just luck or hoping it happens. It's just simple math, and you have to make the decision to save for it or not.
So like I said earlier in the video, if you really want to do this and you could either afford it because you have a significant income, or you budget everything out, set money aside every month until you could actually pay for the vacation, I think that's completely fine. Even with the prices seemingly going up constantly, that's completely your choice. I just think going into debt for this experience is a very bad financial choice. But that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping up on screen right now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys later.